Hello, my name is Derek Afasi, and welcome to the second video in our training series entitled The 4% Withdrawal Rule and Why It Is Flawed. Now, please be mindful that when we do this video or any other video, we want you to ultimately understand how to create a sequential income planning system for your retirement. And in result, what this does is it helps you create a safe, sustainable, maximized retirement income that you cannot outlive. We want you to understand that you always want to have peace of mind going into retirement. And I'm asked this question all the time of, or I at least ask this question is, what do you see your ideal retirement being? And a lot of people say to me, they want to fish on a dock, or they want to travel the world with their wife, or just relax with their grandchildren. But you never hear the story state that they want to watch the money watch. They want to be monitoring their stocks. They want to be, they're biting their nails, hoping that the market's not going to be as volatile today as it was yesterday. And this is essentially what we're doing. We want to make sure that that you understand what exactly you have and what the best solutions are towards that. So what happens is, a lot of times, people want to take the initiative and they state, you know what, I've been with this financial advisor for a while, and I guess when the markets were going well, they made me some money, but they still want to keep me in the market for a while, and I don't really understand if that's my best goals. I've looked through various strategies over the internet, and they state that you have certain success rates rather than others, but I want to have the guarantees. I want to have peace of mind regardless of what the markets do. My strategy, my plan is going to work. So the first step that people typically take is they do what everybody else does. They go to Google and they'll find out all their information there. And what happens is they type in safe withdrawal rates. And what they find out is they find these companies, these brokerage houses. Now, in the first video, I explained to you what a brokerage house is. You have the different ones. They can offer stocks, bonds, mutual funds, different things like that. And what they comprise of is very famous ones: Putnam, Fidelity, T. Rowe Price. And their rule for a safe withdrawal rate is roughly about 4%. And what that means is, and it's very fine print, and they state, as long as you are somewhat invested into the market, or as long as we have your allocation properly, a moderate allocation of roughly about 60% stocks, 40% bonds, throughout your retirement, based upon our calculations throughout your retirement, if you at least keep that allocation, you should be able to take about 4% withdrawal rates, and based upon upward market movements and downward market movements, we should roughly be able to get you, for you to not outlive your retirement. Now, that percentage of a portfolio to not outlive is about 90% chance of not outliving. I always go back to this example. I always state that if I'm on a flight, and I'm from Long Island, New York, the practice is based upon in Tampa, Florida. So if I'm going from Tampa, Florida to JFK Airport in New York, and the pilot comes on the speaker and he states, "Okay, guys, we have clear skies. There's a 90% chance that we're going to arrive at our destination safely." Everyone would be freaking out. Everyone would get off the plane. That's the way you have to treat your retirement. You can't just set something up or just kind of put it on cruise control and not try to monitor. You don't want to just give other people control of your accounts. You have to understand, and this was the whole purpose of these educational videos, is we want you to understand exactly what it is. Last video we showed you the world of the three money worlds, to understand which section your investments lie into. When you're dealing with income, you have to create a sequential income planning system. This 90% chance of not outliving your money, that's completely unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. And what happens is, too often, these financial gurus state, well, you know what, just leave your money over here. You know, we've accumulated some wealth for you, but just leave your money over here because you could do the same exact thing in retirement. That's not the truth. You have to go with a retirement income specialist. Just like a doctor, you wouldn't go to a general practitioner to perform brain surgery. You're going to go to the surgeon. You're going to go to the brain specialist. Same thing. You have to understand that there's certain segments that you cannot just have one of these jack of all trades advisors. You have to understand that there has to be a plan set up for your income. So out of this 90% chance, this was based upon 1980 to 2000 market growth. There was a 1,000% swing in the market. So what happens is they're stating, okay, well, it's about a 90% chance if you're taking 4% withdrawal from your current accounts for retirement, 90% chance of success, but that's based upon an upward market movement. T. Rowe Price came out with a study, and I really think that they were very honorable in doing this, because they stated that, you know what, we had that 4% withdrawal rule, but what exactly does this mean? Let's look at all of our retirees that have accounts with us. Let's see exactly the basics. If they place their funds still within the mutual funds, mixture of stocks and bonds. If we go from year 2000 to 2011, we told them it's about a 90% chance of not outliving your money. What exactly did it happen? Now what happened was the 90% chance that's in the upward market movements. They're going off of 1980 to 2000 projections. In 20 to 2011, because we understand we've had a bearish market for these past 12 years, 2011 they released a study stating that, you know, we were monitoring these accounts, and we might have said it was a 90% chance back in 2000. Unfortunately, we're wrong. It's only a 6% chance if you still have that allocation and you were set up at 2000. A 6% chance. Completely unacceptable. I believe that the 90% chance is unacceptable. 6% chance, these people now do not know what to do. They're taking their money and they're throwing it into the world of the known. They're throwing it into these fixed accounts that are just going to get hindered with inflation. They do not understand what to do. So you have to understand, you have to have that sequential income planning system set up. So that's not 90%, it's definitely not 6%, but you have a 100% chance of completion towards your retirement goals. What exactly happens? And this is why exactly would the 4% rule not work? And there's a strategy called reverse dollar cost averaging and double reverse dollar cost averaging. And what it states is that you can't take money, you do not want to put money in a retirement, for retirement income purposes, in an account that can go down. And the best example that I always use, the hypothetical example, is if you had the allocation, you're somewhat invested into the market, or it's somewhat risky. Even if you say, no, I'm 70% stocks, 30% bonds, if you still have somewhat investments into the market. Let's say your market, in a hypothetical situation, your account's lost 10%. And you understand you're age 65 and you're going off of this rule. Your account's lost 10%. You took 4% withdrawals. And these advisors, as nice as they may seem, they're not going to be giving you anything for free. They are going to be charging you for their services, because these are these financial gurus. They made you your money during that time. So they're going to state, okay, I understand that we're not going with wealth accumulation anymore. We're just going with wealth preservation and distribution. But we're still going to tack on about a 2% fee or a 1% fee plus whatever the sub-account fees in your mutual funds. Let's say it goes to another 1.25. I mean, I've seen fees as drastic as about 6-8% just in fees alone. So that means that you would have to, without even a withdrawal, you'd have to at least gain that amount of money every single year. So let's just say it's a hypothetical 2%. In a given year, you lost 16% of your money. Now the next year they state, okay, well, you know what? Next year we gain 2%. And then the year after that, we gained another 3%. And then the year after that, we gained another 1%. Oh wow, 3 good years, right? It's not. Because what's happening is you're getting 2% off of this smaller number. If you had $100,000 and you reduced $16,000, $84,000 is your new number. If you're gaining 2%, which you believe was a gain, no, you have to withdraw 4%, and then your fees are 2%. So you actually lost 4% that next year. You lost 4%. The next year you gained 3%, right? No, you didn't. You took 4% and you had 2% withdrawals. So you really lost 3% that year. Now you just keep losing more and more and more money. 1%. You gained another 1%. No, you didn't. You actually lost 4% with the withdrawal and the 2%. So you lost 5% on your account. And that's not only the money that you're taking for retirement, because every time you're taking this 4%, it's now not based off of the initial number, it's based off of what your account is. So if you're taking 4%, you're actually going down in income every single year because you're invested into these variable accounts. You're in the world of the potential. Please rewatch that video, the 3 money worlds, because it explains it perfectly regarding what the world of potential is. The world of potential, you could gain 40% in a year, but you could lose 40% in a year as well. It's just, nothing is guaranteed. You don't have that protection aspect. You don't have that guaranteed aspect with it. One of the things that, especially with the nurses, the registered nurses, the nurse practitioners, the CRNAs that we deal with, is I want them to understand what's the difference between savings versus investments. Now remember, you do not want to tie your retirement income into an account that could go down. Investments, your priority. For an investment, your number 1 priority is return. That's the whole purpose of it. It's an investment. You're trying to get as highest rate of return as possible. Then, your number 2 priority is safety. Am I invested in large companies that have been there for a while? Am I invested in junk bonds? Am I invested in decent bonds? What exactly is the safety factor? Then your number 3 is income. What exactly am I going to take as an income later on? You're only worried about the return, so you say, okay, well, I can take some losses, I can take some gains. When you're in retirement, you don't have that time horizon that you did when you were younger. So you have to understand that savings, you have to have a large portion of what you want, your retirement income, your minimum income that has to come to you, has to be in some sort of savings, because their priority, number 1, is safety. How safe is the vehicle? Does it have some sort of legal reserve system backing? Is it a guaranteed insurance contract? Is it a contractually obligated thing from whatever the company is that's giving you the entity to state, okay, you give us X amount of money, it is in the contract, clear as day, this is exactly what it's going to be. In investments, if you ever look at a prospectus, returns are not guaranteed. You're going to see that on every single page. Safety factor. Number 2 is income. How can I maximize my income as much as possible? And number 3 is then return. You know what? If the markets cooperate, what we're showing you is going to be that much better. But if they don't, you're not going to lose your principal, the money that you gave. So you're basically having very little risk for potential return. These are the priorities in order. So essentially what happened was, and these are kind of the 3 stages of money. The first stage was supposed to be in some sort of savings. When you were a kid and you went to the bank and created a junior savings account, And then you constantly have some sort of money in savings, that's your checking account, your savings account, you're with a bank, whatever it is, you have some liquid cash, that's your savings. Step 2 is, you know what, you get a job. You either graduate from college or right from high school, you get a job. And you start accumulating, and you understand, okay, rather than just put my money away in a mattress, I have to have some sort of return, some sort of return. So this is called the accumulation phase. That is, hence the world of the potential. It's your accumulation phase. And then, after you are done with that, go into a little bit of the accumulation. Then when it comes time for retirement, you are supposed to have the preservation and distribution phase. Savings, accumulation, preservation, distribution. You're still going to have money in here. You're still going to have money in here. And a large portion of it, these are your preservation and distribution. These are your pension plans through work. These are your personal pension plans. Unfortunately, the accumulation phase, the one that holds the brokerage houses and mutual fund companies and all the financial advisors that are wealth accumulation specialists, they stated, you know what? In 1980 to 2000, you were somewhat with me. We gained 1,000% growth. And it wasn't them being financial gurus, it was the fact that everybody was making money. Rather than go to this phase, we'll create some vehicles through the accumulation phase. Rather than take your money, go from the banks to some accumulation, you start to go there and go to the preservation and distribution. You know what? This is too safe. The personal pension plans, the income, all that stuff. Let's see. You know what? You might need 50,000, but if the markets cooperate, we could give you 70,000. We could give you 80,000. Whatever that is. You know, you do not need to go over here because we're monitoring your accounts. We saw 1,000% market. The market's always going to go up. Just like the value of houses are always going to go up. And we know that that's not the case. So what happened was people went too heavily invested into the accumulation phase, and these brokerage houses and these financial advisors that are wealth accumulation specialists stated, you know what, we could do everything. We could be the jack of all trades and we could do everything. The personal pension plans, and exactly why I always stress you want to have a sequential income planning system in place, is you have to understand that rather than going with the 4% withdrawal rule, you could use less money and have up to 5.5 to 7%, whatever it is off of your accounts of income. It's guaranteed income you could not outlive. You could use a smaller portion because these are guaranteed insurance contracts. They have the safety factor. They have the max income factor. And these are going to be income. These are going to be vehicles that you cannot outlive your money. It's going to turn on income distributions because what they do is they leverage the law of large numbers, and they've been around so long that they use actuarial tables. Much better than if you said, oh, well, I'll just do it myself. You can't. You need to leverage the contracts and basically the growth, and you need to leverage the experience. You need to leverage exactly the law of large numbers on your side for your benefit. And while always making sure that you're preserving your accounts. This was the video of the 4% withdrawal rule, why it is flawed. Tomorrow's video, we're going to be talking about a sequential income planning system. We're going to show you some examples of that, some tricks to kind of leverage some strategies, and to understand that you do not want to just maximize all your income. You want to have certain tiers to understand that you can still have money in the world of potential. You can still have money in the world of protection, and you can still have money in the world of the hybrid. Once again, my name is Derek Afasi. Please give us a call for us to set up a specific sequential income planning system particular to your goals. The call is free, the consultation is free, and we'll try to see exactly how we can help you out best. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.